Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Today I am doing another new game stuff video. It's been a little while since the last time I've done one of these, and I really enjoy these videos. It's a great way to show some of the cool products that are either currently available or are soon to be available. And I've actually had some people asking when I'm going to do another one of these videos, so I guess with that in mind, we're going to get right into it here. Not a ton of things to show in this particular video. We really haven't been going anywhere, much in the past few weeks or month and a half or whatever. But I do have some really cool stuff nonetheless to show, and I'm looking forward to diving right into it. So let's do that, shall we? The first thing I'm actually going to show here is something I've had for a little while now, but I don't think I've shown it on camera at all at this point. So just to cover that base, this is the One Ring Core Rulebook. This is the second edition of the One Ring role-playing game that's been put out by Free League Publishing. They didn't do the first edition, but they are handling the publishing and production and distribution of the second edition of the role-playing game. I've already done a video unboxing the starter set, as well as my review of their Lore Master screen. But this is the actual core rulebook, and yeah, it's taken me a little bit to get a video on this out. But I wanted to wait until closer to the actual release date for this particular book, which I believe is the release date should be sometime in the month of April. I think it's either mid-April or like mid to late April. So this is something that will be coming out if it's not currently out, because I definitely, get things wrong sometimes. But if it's not out already at the time that I'm recording this, which is like April 8th or 9th, it will be out very, very shortly. I think it's April 8th. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing this, so concept of time is somewhat questionable for me at this point. But yeah, so just check the Free League website or consult with the owner of your local game store. If it's not currently out, you should be able to get the release date information either from your local store owner or should be able to get it from Free League's website. But I will be having my review video coming out within the next couple of weeks. I also want to do a video with character creation and try to get a video showing the combat system out around that same time. So there's going to be some more videos with the One Ring RPG coming out in the very, very near future. Like I said, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll have those videos out. But yeah, really cool stuff. Again, it's just a really fantastic book. I love the quality of the products that Free League puts out. The nice, really nice paper stock for the pages. I really like the fact that the art style, for the most part, looks like something that someone would sort of sketch into a journal. There is some full color artwork in here as well. Some really cool scenery and stuff like that. So there's some just amazing stuff in this. And it seems like a really, really cool system so far. So yeah, I will be doing the video for that. I've sort of taken my time with this one just because I knew that it was still in the pre-order phase. And I was kind of waiting for closer to the release date to get into the core rulebook. So I will be getting back to some One Ring stuff, like I said, within the next few weeks. But that is the core rulebook, and like I said, I've had that for a little while now. But I just wanted to have it in one of these videos because I don't think I've shown it off yet, and because it's still going to be a few weeks before I get to the review. Anyway, that was something that I've had for a little bit, but everything else I've received within the last 24 hours. And it's all stuff from Paizo. So we're going to start with the items that were sent to me for review, and then we're just going to end it off with a couple of things that I actually ordered off of their website. So the first thing that we have here is a Starfinder accessory. Here we have the Starfinder flip tiles for the Space Station Corridor expansion. So yeah, these flip tiles are awesome. I've shown a video of the core set, or the starter set, for like the space station, and they've had, I think this is the second expansion for the space station. I'll have to actually check, because I think one of them was like with damage or hazards. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. There's 24 tiles in here. They're double-sided, so you basically get 48, cards to use. 24 physical cards, but they're both double-sided, so it's 48 6x6 maps that you sort of have here. It retails for $19.99, and yeah, these things are really, really great. I'm a huge fan of like the Starfinder, like their published or their commercially released like maps, and the tiles are really great for me because I am running out of space on my table until I can get a new bookshelf to sort of free up space on my table. But yeah, these things are awesome. There's sort of an idea of some of the cards that you can find in here. There's turbine access, maintenance corridors, water tanks, incinerators, which we got there, and the good old trash compactor. So 24 double-sided cards, $19.99, and all the Paizo stuff should be out. It should be currently available. But yeah, awesome stuff there. I love the flip tiles. Speaking of the maps, we also have some flip mats. We got 2 Starfinder maps. We got one for Pathfinder. The first Starfinder map that we have here is the casino map. Now these things are awesome. They can be used with wet erase, dry erase, or even permanent markers can be used on these maps. If you have a permanent marker and mark on there, the way to remove the permanent marker is to use a dry erase marker to sort of, scribble over top of the permanent marker, and it should all just lift off and wipe off. I still have not been able to do that myself because I haven't thought to buy a permanent marker. There were times I'd go out and thinking, okay, when we go to the store, I want to pick one of those up, and then it just always slips my mind the second I leave the apartment. But but people have said that does work, so that's awesome. This is a 24 by 30 inch map, folds to 8 by 10, and they are scaled for 1-inch squares, which is sort of the standard for, especially the D20 role-playing games. So 1-inch squares are kind of the standard thing there. This does release or retail for $14.99 US, and so here it says on the back, double down on danger. Place your bets on high adventure with this double-sided Starfinder flip mat featuring a different far future casino on each side. Rub shoulders with the high and mighty at a high-stakes upper-class gambling palace, or take your chances with a dark and dingy gambling den. Starfinder flip mats presents ready-to-use science fantasy set pieces for the busy game master. With Starfinder Flip Mat Casino, you'll be ready the next time your players decide to gamble with their lives. So, again, I don't have a ton of space to actually fold the map out and show you what it looks like there, but we do get like the actual full previews of both sides of the maps here. So this is the high-class gambling facility on the top here. So you can sort of see the different rooms, the different tables. You got the fountain there. Just so, again, some really cool stuff. You got like the futuristic slot machines. Really, really cool. And then we've got our sort of dark and dingy gambling den on the bottom here. What's interesting is that like the actual like machines look pretty much the same, although the chairs look a lot kind of grosser, I guess, on the in the gambling den. You got like the stage there for the entertainment, we'll say. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. I love these maps. These things are just awesome. And like I said, $14.99, not a bad price. Up next, we've got Waterworld, which is not a reference to the movie Waterworld, which most people these days probably don't even remember or even knew was a thing, but, I like to show my age sometimes. So this is another 24 by 30 map. It is also $14.99. And on the back of this one, it reads, All at Sea. Take a dip into oceans of excitement with this double-sided Starfinder flip mat featuring vistas both above and below the waves on either side. Whether your next adventure takes place on an ocean moon or miles off the coast of a quaint seaside town, you'll dazzle your players with these beautifully drawn maps. Sail an expanse of open ocean, though watch out for those reefs, or explore a seabed complete with patches of seaweed, a deep fissure, and the underwater stanchions of a mysterious structure. Starfinder Flip Mats presents easy-to-use science fantasy set pieces for the busy game master. And with Starfinder Flip Mat Waterworld, you'll be ready the next time your players decide to go for a swim. So again, we've got the ocean here. And you got like the rocky shoals or the reefs, whatever you want to call them. So probably not too far away from shore, but it's an alien world, so who knows? But yeah, really, again, just looks really, really nice. You know, I love the artwork on these. And then you've got the under the surface there, where you've got the fissure, the deep sea fissure. You got this patches of seaweed, and there you can see sort of the pillars or columns from a some sort of mysterious underwater ruin. So again, just fantastic stuff. And like I said, once again, $14.99, and is like the other ones, usable with wet erase, dry erase, and permanent markers. Lastly, as far as the maps are concerned, we've got the Pathfinder flip map for the Shattered Dungeon. So again, same size as the others, 24 by 30. Also $14.99 for the retail price, or the suggested retail price, if we can get it to focus there. And then on the back of this one, it reads, "Watch for falling rocks," because rocks fall and everybody dies is a time-honored way to end some campaigns. In the wake of a terrible disaster, these dungeons have cracked and crumbled, but they haven't collapsed completely yet. This flip map features 2 different shattered dungeons for your players to explore, a vast complex riddled with volcanic rifts, and an intricate network of mysterious, partially collapsed chambers. Pathfinder flip mat Shattered Dungeons measures 24 inches by 30 inches, folded into 8 by 10. The flip mat's coated surface can handle any dry erase, red erase, or permanent marker, usable by experienced GMs and novice alike. Pathfinder flip mats fit perfectly into any game master's arsenal. So here we got the 2 different maps here. So the bottom one shows the partially collapsed sections of a dungeon here. Again, I just love these maps. They come in so handy sometimes. And then we've got the map here with the volcanic fissures. So again, just awesome stuff. And for once again, $14.99. And I've had people like say that these maps don't, you don't get a lot of reuse out of them. And again, I don't think that's necessarily true. It's just one of those things. Like I have a pretty decent collection of these maps now at this point. And just the thing is, honestly, like you can absolutely reuse maps, but just rotate them. Like you wouldn't want to use the same map in back-to-back sessions or anything like that. But, if some time goes by, or, one thing that I actually kind of like the idea of doing is having the players revisit a location that they've previously gone to, and having like these maps for that purpose makes it really, really easy. So you can definitely get multiple uses out of these. You just have to be sort of, I guess, smart with it. And again, just try not to overdo it. Like wait a few months, or use it once per campaign or something like that. Just have enough that you can rotate out. But yeah, again, just really, really cool stuff. Or like I said, for locations that you revisit, it works really well for that as well. So again, awesome stuff there. All right, up next we have some Adventure Path installments. So we'll start with Starfinder here. So here we have the Horizons of the Vast Adventure Path. We've got parts 4 and 5. So Icebound is part 4. Allies Against the Eye is part 5. And yeah, I'm going to be doing my reviews of the Adventure Paths once all the installments are out. And I'll just do like one video about the Adventure Path as a whole, rather than trying to do like separate videos on each particular installment. And that way I can try to keep things a bit spoiler light as well, and just give my impressions of the story as a whole once I have all the pieces of the puzzle to sort of do that video with. That's the philosophy that I've tried to come up with for some of these Adventure Paths, especially now that I know I'm going to be getting them consistently. Yeah, so there's only one more part to go, part 6 of 6. So once I've got that, I will be doing a full review. But if you are collecting for the Starfinder role-playing game, or if you're getting into Starfinder and you want a campaign to play through, Horizons of the Vast is the current adventure storyline, and parts 1 through 5 are now currently available. I think there was like a supply issue with these, which is why there's 2 installments in the same delivery. But either way, I'm glad to have them now, and I'm looking forward to getting that final chapter and getting the review video out. But the Adventure Paths have always been really well done, and I've had a lot of fun running some of the Starfinder adventure paths, and this is obviously not going to be any exception. Horizons of the Vast kind of tied in with the Galactic Exploration Manual, and yeah, just really, really cool stuff. So parts 4 and 5 for this particular adventure path are currently available, and once I get part 6, I will be doing my review of the Horizons of the Vast storyline as a whole. All right, so speaking of that process, I've got 2 Pathfinder adventure paths that they both sent the concluding chapter in the same delivery. So we've got the Strength of Thousands adventure path. Again, I think this was an issue with just like supply, getting stuff unloaded or getting stuff. I guess it was still like trapped on shipping containers. I don't know the whole story behind it, but I do remember getting like updated emails that some things were delayed. But yeah, so we got the Strength of Thousands, the Shadows of the Ancients. This is part 6 of 6, and this is for characters of levels 18 through 20, and this is $24.99. I think they're all the same price, are they not? Oh, so the Starfinder adventure paths are $22.99. They're a little bit thinner. So $22.99 for the Starfinder adventure paths, $24.99 for the Pathfinder ones. But we've got, like I said, Strength of Thousands. This is our 20th level conclusion to that epic campaign, or I guess full-length campaign. So awesome stuff there. And then we've got the Quest for the Frozen Flame. So this is the newest adventure path for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and this is installment 3 of 3. So with Pathfinder and Starfinder adventure paths, some of them are full-length, like 6-part stories. Then you've got some other ones which are shorter, like this one here. So I'll be doing a review video for the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path very, very soon. And then I'll probably do the Strength of Thousands one shortly thereafter, just because this is the most current one. But we'll see. I'll figure it out, but the reviews for Strength of Thousands and Quest for the Frozen Flame should be coming out in the next, like I said, within the next week or so. So yeah, awesome stuff here. Can't wait to look into this one. I really liked the opening installment for Quest of the Frozen Flame, or for the Frozen Flame. It sort of deals with these two, it's a barbarian tribe that's kind of fractured into 2 different, like, warring factions. And there was some really cool stuff in the first one. There was some investigatory stuff, trying to uncover clues that a advancing warband was on its way. Then there was like sort of dealing with that, and it was just a really well done, really interesting, first installment for a campaign. But yeah, looking forward to this one. It's for levels 8 through 10. So yeah, cool stuff. All right. So those things were all sent to me for review purposes here, but the last couple of things that I have to show are actually items that I ordered. It was actually quite a while ago, so I don't know exactly what was going on. I think there was an issue with postage, because there's stuff that's sent out like way back in January that just arrived. So the other stuff that I showed for Pathfinder, I got those within the last 24 hours of the time that I'm recording this. And the stuff that I'm going to show here, I got the day before, but this stuff was ordered way back in January and was shipped out way back in January. So I think it just kind of got lost in the mail along the way. But thankfully, they discovered it, and I had actually kind of forgot that I had ordered these. So what we have here is the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Adventure Threshold of Knowledge. So this is a Pathfinder adventure for first level characters, but this was part of the free RPG day from 2021. Now, in my area, the store that I normally go to for free RPG day, they didn't do anything this year. The free RPG day got delayed, and by the time it was coming up, by the time I even remembered that it was coming up, because I normally sort of work with the store owner to sort of organize some stuff for it. We couldn't do in-store events at the time anyway, so there wasn't really much going on that way, but we just sort of both forgot about it and missed out on it. But Paizo does have the products that they send out for Free RPG Day available on their website. Now, if you order them from the website, you can get the PDF for free. So if you just want the PDF, if that's perfectly fine, you get that for $0. If you want the printed version after the fact, they're $5 each, which is not a bad price in my opinion. I'm more than willing to pay that to get these adventures, because I love, like, the main thing that I always go for when it comes to free RPG day is just the Paizo stuff. So that's been my main focus, the stuff that I've wanted ever since, like, for the last few years. It's always been, to get the Pathfinder and Starfinder adventures. So I ordered these off of the website, and these are just cool, fun little, like, short adventures, a one-shot type of session here, but they do come with, like, pre-made characters and everything that you need to run it. So it's just, again, some cool stuff here. Like I said, it's pretty short. There's not much to it. It is a free, module that you get, or in this case, it cost me $5. Well worth it, in my opinion. I want to make sure I collect as much of these as I can going forward, especially for 2nd edition Pathfinder. I want to try to make sure that I got all the stuff there. But yeah, really, really cool stuff for RPG Day. I love the Gripply frog person character there, but really, really cool stuff. And then we've got the Starfinder 4 versus the Hard Light Harlequin. So this is the Starfinder free RPG Day adventure for 2021. And I have to say, I'm a little bit upset that it doesn't continue to use the Skitterbander characters. In fact, actually, the Pathfinder one doesn't use, like, the goblins or goblin characters or kobold characters, which the last couple of years have had. So disappointing is probably not the right word, because these are still really cool, like, little adventures. But I loved the Skittermander trilogy of adventures, and I would have loved to see that continue. But hey, we've got this guy here. I think that's a Leshy, actually, and he just looks so adorable. So I'm in. And this is definitely, like, this definitely reminds me of, like, well, not Star Fox, but Star Wolf. And yeah, just, again, really, really cool stuff. So just the free RPG Day adventure. Like I said, the store that I normally associate with when it comes to free RPG Day didn't do anything. And I don't know if any of the stores in my area did, but the other ones were on, like, the Halifax side. So here in Nova Scotia, we live in Dartmouth, which is part of the Halifax Regional Municipality. But it's not like Halifax. And the Halifax side is, like, pure city, really crowded, just not a place I feel comfortable going right now. But yeah, really cool stuff. Like I said, I love these adventures. I really love, like, the pixelated look of the carrion bat there, like it's like video game graphics or something. The Hard Light Harlequin, and then we've got our characters here. Oh, I guess he's not a Leshy, it's a different race. But yeah, come on, you can't tell me that's not awesome. And there we got Starwolf, and I don't care what his name is, that's Starwolf. And there you go. So those are the recent things that I've added to my collection. There have been a couple of other things as well, but I've already done videos on those, or, like, for video game stuff, I've added a few things, but it's all digital downloads. So the things that I have there, I recently picked up Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 on the Xbox Series X, as well as the Call of Cthulhu game, the sort of like the point and click modern one from a few years ago. So I've got that as well, but that's all digital download, so I can't really show those off. I also did receive the Call of the Netherdeep, the D&D adventure, as well as the City of Absalom Gold Edition from Beetle and Grimm's, but I've already done the review video on that. So these are just the things, the pickups that I haven't shown on camera yet. But yeah, so like I said, some really cool stuff. It'll be nice once the weather starts getting better, and we'll sort of see where cases are at for us here. But it'll be nice to start getting out a little bit again. But yeah, so these, like I said, these are the things that I've added. Let me know in the comments below, what is some of the cool stuff that you guys have picked up over the last few weeks. It doesn't have to be just gaming stuff. It can be anything else cool that you picked up. I also picked up a couple of Star Trek The Next Generation DVD sets. They were like I think it's like season 4 and either 5, or it's either 4 and 5 or 4 and 6. And I actually picked those up for $10 each, which was really cool. But yeah, so anything that you guys picked up in the last little bit, let me know in the comments, because you guys find some really, really awesome things. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and your support, it means the world to me. Hope you all have a great rest of your week, weekend, month, whatever it may be for you. And I will see you all next time. Until then, take care.